The one on your computer, we're going to be able to record, and we're live. Can you turn down the volume so it doesn't reverb on one of them?
Yes.
How about that? Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. No, that's not Donald Trump with me. This is Eitan Yardeni. He's been a teacher of mine for, goodness, Eitan, since 1997, 98. So, but who's counting? So nice to have you here to talk about the incredible things you're doing. We are going live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and we're going to have a great recording to share too. So good to be able to do this. I've missed seeing you in person.
I'm excited and honored to be part of it. Actually, it's my first Instagram live ever.
Okay, I've been wanting to get you on Instagram for a while, but Eitan teaches thousands and thousands of students around the world, one-on-one and in bigger groups. And we've known each other like 23 years, I'm sure. My first trip to Israel was with you. And the first thing I said to him, because you know I'm all about building bridges and bringing us all together. We were on the way to Israel, and I said, "You remind me of my Jesus." You remember that?
I do.
I was like, modern day, because you taught me so much, especially about the Holy Land, and let me retrace the steps, not just in the steps of what I learned through ancient Kabbalah, but also through Christianity. So it was really just, to me, to be able to bring those roots together, set my soul on fire. And here we are many years later. You got a little gray. What happened to me?
Yes, indeed. Listen, at the end of the day, all spiritual paths connecting to the same root. All of them. The Creator is universal force. In the same way, the physical law of gravity is universal force. So the mere fact that different people have different ways to access that force or different vocabulary doesn't mean we don't fall under the same spiritual laws of life. And that's what Kabbalah really is about. Help us bring the spiritual laws of life in a way that every person from any religion can comprehend and adapt.
And I've loved that in the many years that I've practiced Kabbalah, that I've been able to meet people from every different faith that you could imagine, from all parts of the world together, learning these tools that truly are incredible guidelines and have helped me tremendously. I think I met you at the time that I was actually separating, and you were so helpful for me during that difficult transitional time. And we've had a lot of learning, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but you've always helped me find the center in everything. And that is why I'm so excited to have you here to describe what you're getting ready, this new class that's going to be global, upcoming, starting tomorrow, right?
Indeed, yes, indeed. Tomorrow night, actually, for the first time. And of course, the special time that we all experiencing, waking all of us to shift, to be open, to look inside to see what needs to be shifted, what needs to be more balanced. Yes. Because the universe is pushing all of us to grow. Of course, there's a lot of sadness there. There's a lot of pain there. But at the end of the day, there's two ways to look at what's happening out there. The virus is an enemy, or the universe, include the virus, is a teacher for mankind. Yes. And of course, while we're trying to protect the world from any physical illness and to find the vaccine and so on, we all need to look inside and to ask ourselves, what is my lesson during this period? And at the end of the day, we all been pushed to grow spiritually. And actually, for the first time ever, tomorrow night, we're starting the global Zoom Kabbalah 1 course, 10-week course, that actually teaching the principles, the spiritual principles of life, and to guide us to actually what life really is all about.
And this is such a gift, because I studied Kabbalah 1 back in the end of the 90s. And it just brought, I thought of it like spiritual psychology in a way. I just found that I never needed a therapist after, well, some may argue, but I found that I could dig into the roots of anything that was inside myself that I knew wasn't serving me, and I could take responsibility for it and learn not to be as reactive to it through the practice. And it could have been more timely.
Absolutely. One of the main principles of Kabbalah is the light, the answer, the source of all fulfillment. It is not outside of us, is within each one of us. It is our ego that blocking us to reveal, to connect, to feel the light of our soul. So in these principles, we're learning tools, for example, how to pause our reactive consciousness, how to pause our reactive mind, our anxious mind, our fearful mind, and to be able to stop and to realize, pause. It's inside. Allow yourself to feel the guidance that is inside of you, the creativity that is inside of you. God is not up there in the sky. God, which is infinite energy force of love and giving, it's within each one of us. When we're anxious and reactive, we are not present to feel the light of the Creator. We're not present, our heart is not open to be guided, to connect to sense of clarity. So our anxious reactive mind that runs by our ego is the main blocker. And our ego tells us the answers are outside, when this will happen and when the other thing will happen. And when the financial situation will be better, that's when the solution will be. But our soul knows the answers are within.
Yes. And that is the most helpful, I think, right now, is knowing that we have, because we are so connected, we're creating in the image and likeness of God. And if we can tap into that within ourselves, then we learn to look at all the challenges, guys, as opportunities, not as, not like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But literally, I mean, if you have a moment of that, you're human, it's going to happen, but be able to bring yourself back, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, life is not about being righteous all day long. Life is about transformations. So every day, we all have at least 100 tests when we lose it with our ego, with our selfishness, with our reactivity, with our blame mentality, with our victim. But with tools and wisdom, at least we can pause that reactive mind and go back and access that center within us, which is our soul. It's interesting, Marla, that this week, the energy of this week, because we know Kabbalistically every week has its unique life lessons. Yes. The lesson of this week is the golden rule of all spiritual teaching: love thy neighbor as yourself. This is this week portion.
Perfect.
And it's interesting. We all believe in the principles. Ask people in the street, 9 out of 10 will tell you, of course, life will be much better. But because we are so anxious about, 1 second, I just need to solve this problem. I just need to overcome my issue. I need to get rid of my chaos. I have to overcome that worry. So I don't have the space to truly treat someone else in a way I would like to be treated, with kindness, with human dignity, with empathy. But that's part of the test of life. And especially in this time, when we all have a reason to be anxious and fearful and uncertain, in the midst of this time, are we making an effort for one little extra effort to express kindness towards someone else? As Karen Berg, my teacher, once said, the force of kindness. Simple kindness, when I'm comfortable, when I'm not comfortable, is a force, a powerful force. So just to connect to the energy of this week, actually.
And I was so blown away by, not to go back in time just a moment, because is there really time at all, but last week's portion, what was it about? Leprosy and isolation. Can you tell everyone a bit more
Yeah,
about
actually, leprosy, when the Torah speaks about leprosy, it's a code. The Kabbalists explain that the ancient texts are codes to actually hint us and teach us secrets about life. The word leprosy in Aramaic refers to isolation. And actually, the teachings of the Zohar tell us every time we speak badly ill about someone else,
Mhm.
every time we're busy searching what's wrong about life, about someone else, about my own life, misusing my words through complaining and evil tongue, we disconnect ourselves from our own light, from our own strength. And that actually was the last portion of isolation. So irony, every time we are isolated, especially now, it's a good time to look inside, to examine in what way I isolated myself from my own light, from my own blessing. Isolation can feel like I'm separating from the world, or it's the time to reflect in what areas in my life I isolated myself. Yeah.
Right. Right. And it's tricky because there's many people today that are, they can't wait to get out again. And of course we understand with work and business and such, but even just if it weren't about that, just emotionally just had enough at being home. And then there's others that we feel like we're able to accomplish so much during this time because it's forcing us to center in a way that we haven't been able to center before. So the
I
lesson.
think, no, you're absolutely, and I think we are all challenged in our own unique way. I think during this time we are all tested, and we all being exposed to old lessons we need to learn about ourselves and within physics. For example, I just Saturday I hurt my toe.
You hurt your
You know,
toe.
yes, a little bit. Which now it's very tough for me to walk, and I know that's part of my lesson. Slow down,
Slow down.
physically, not in the heart and the soul, but physically slow down with the anxious mind.
Right.
So everything that we're experiencing during this period, with the family interactions, with uncertainty and fear about what's going in the outside, it's all amplified that we can all learn our next level lesson.
And we are, I mean, the opportunity every minute, every day while we're through this is such a chance for us to rise our, I say raise our vibration, but to become more like the light, to be more at peace within, become a more loving person, to become less reactive when your tripod breaks and you're holding your iPhone in your hand now. Hi, y'all. I've got Instagram right here. This is my Instagram, us on Instagram live.
That's Instagram.
And
Okay.
and then we've got our Facebook and YouTube and other communities on my computer. So hi, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I thank you so much. Do you have any specific questions for us? Because one thing I would suggest, this opportunity to be able to study with Eitan tomorrow night on a donation based only is phenomenal, because you'll be gathering with souls around the world who truly want to learn how to transform to be their greatest selves while walking this
Absolutely.
earth.
We're gonna in this course, in this 10-week course, we are going to have opportunity to share 10 spiritual laws and 10 spiritual tools. By applying them, you will see improvement and major changes in your life. And the reason we stretch it is one class per week, because the key is not just to learn intellectually spiritual principles. We all know that. We read many books. The key is application. So the course base is giving us guidance how to apply the lessons. For example, lesson number 1 will be, starting tomorrow night, transforming challenges to advantages. Learning that maybe I cannot control external circumstances, but I can control my own attitude, my own mindset, my own consciousness. And trust me, when you start to focus on controlling your own consciousness and what's your state of mind and heart, then you see actually you're attracting different reality to your life. So I am excited actually to have, it's the first time, thousands of people at the same time to this global Kabbalah 1 course.
And, I'm seeing people here commenting that even if they've taken Kabbalah 1 through 4, they always take Kabbalah 1 again. And I'm going to be one of those people that's going to sign up and do it too. I am. So, the truth is, every religious group can have problems at some point. I'm just looking at some other comments I'm getting. You have to go, everyone goes through transformation, right? Even the most incredible religions and teachers and human beings, we all go through transformation, and the center has gone through a big transformation. And all, for me, my practice is so personal. It's about, what am I receiving in my heart at this moment? Who am I connecting with? Am I still able to transform myself through this study and through this practice? As you know, I love to keep Shabbat, Friday night through Saturday night, but I still get up and go to church on Sunday mornings, or home church. Because I'm able to celebrate, and do the work that we do with you and others that are my teachers, and also to be able to, celebrate what I was born as a Christian in the South. So I still love my practice, but the study that I've learned for so many years with you has been enhancing what I feel like my connector, my connection to Christ was doing in his lifetime. Is those tools that I learn. So no, I don't want to do anything but just offer whatever you're going through in your life. I'm just offering opportunities to you. And, working with you, Eitan, has been such a great opportunity for all these over 20 years. I've just learned so much, and learned how to take responsibility, not be a victim, and calm myself down when I've got super upset. There's been times that I've dealt with the media in certain ways, and I just felt so hurt and so wronged, and how to fix it. And I would come to you, and you'd say, pause, just pause. And it immediately gets me back to my soul. So I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for this opportunity. And I, and I know, just even watching the way energetically that the portions each week line up with what we're going on in the world is just
Amazing.
It's magical, and it feels like a miracle every time. Tell us a little bit about miracles.
Miracles, yes, I think it's up to us. It's up to us to access the realm of miracles. Interesting. One of the things you mentioned is about different religions and church and synagogue and mosque. Think about it. When was the last time the churches, synagogues, mosques, or any place, public place of praying being shut down? Maybe last time was in Egypt, more than 3,000 years ago. Teaches a big lesson. We are here to connect with God, not necessarily in a place of worship, not necessarily with big gathering. God and the Creator is within each one of us. And actually, this is the time that all of us needs to wake up beyond religion, to understand the Creator is a universal force of good. You don't have to belong, you don't have to attend, you need just to open, to connect. And wherever you find tools that can help you to open your soul for this connection, which the Creator has only one desire, to share and to impart, So whatever you find the tools that will help you to make that connection, it is a system that works for you. Doesn't exclude, you will not find other areas that will enhance your own spiritual connection and growth. About miracles, Marla, you asked about miracles. Okay, it's interesting. Darkness and miracles very often going together. When we perceive darkness in our life, and as a result we're scared, as a result we're hopeless, we're helpless, the Kabbalah is saying this is the time. This is the time to inject the consciousness. Unlimited miracles are available. Not because I see them logically, not because I envision them, because I know one thing. Every time darkness is present, it's indication there's a huge potential of the opposite of that. And that's one of the tests of humanity. And miracles begin with miraculous consciousness. Don't believe your logic. So that's when miracles start. Second, every time I'm going beyond my nature, when it's more comfortable to be selfish and into myself, and beyond nature, I will share with someone else. I'm opening the gate for miracles. Because if I want reality beyond nature, I need to act beyond nature. Cause and effect.
Right. And so we've seen so many people act extraordinarily during this time.
Absolutely.
And it's beautiful. And we've had friends that have lost their life, and we have friends that have found themselves on a deeper way than they might have ever found themselves before. So, we believe that miracles can be an everyday occurrence, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm just happy to have you here. I know you have a class upcoming, but I wanted just to begin this conversation here and let people know that, they can tune in no matter what their financial situation is. You're offering this incredible opportunity because, we all in this beautiful circle, we just really want to help each other grow in their own truth and light and not be like someone else, but to be like the best version of ourselves. And
I
and
appreciate this. And Marla, thank you very much for always caring about being a beacon of light for other people in your own unique way.
thank you,
So I
honey. Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
I just, I was kind of born this way. I love learning, Eitan, and I love thinking outside of, thinking beyond maybe what's put right before me at times. And through that, I've been able to really just find a deeper sense of joy and happiness and a better sense of purpose. And I think that's what will help all of us is finding a deeper sense of purpose in all of this. And I'm sorry about the echo, everyone, but I wish, I'm sorry. I'm happy to have my home studio, but it's just me here. And we're trying to do this as best we can to share. But Eitan, thank you. And God bless this class. And I feel like a lot of light will be expressed through it.
Thank you very much. And hopefully I'll see many of you. All the
Thank,
best. Lots of love.
thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.